Retired from boxing. I really don't know. I want to say something right here. This might make you all think. Life is real short. So you add up all your traveling, add up all your sleeping, add up all your school, add up all your entertainment, you probably been half your life doing nothing. So I'm 35 years old. 30 more years, I'll be 65. We don't have no more influence. We can't do nothing much at 65. Your wife will tell you that. So what I'm saying, when you're 65, ain't too much more to do. So did you know I'll be 65 in 30 more years? In those 30 years, I have to sleep 9 years. I don't have 30 years of daylight. I have to travel back to America, take 6-7 miles. All my traveling, probably 4 years of traveling in the next 30 years, about 9 years of sleeping, television, movies, entertainment, about 3 years of entertainment. Out of 30 years, I might have about 16 years to be productive. So it's how we can all break individual lives down. What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God.
What a way to kick off the show. If that don't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. Welcome, guys, to Enough with the BS podcast and iHeartRadio. Josh, we got a new home, man.
That's great.
iHeart.
That's perfect.
Thank you guys for picking up the show. And thank you guys for tuning in to the iHeartRadio app, or if you're still listening to us on Spreaker, thank you absolutely. We couldn't be more gracious for you tuning in here with us today. On the show, just want to let you guys know, here we try to bring you a different perspective on sports and real life. If you don't know by now, I'm Tyler Butler. This is my brother, Josh Smith.
Yes, sir.
Josh, how was your week, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We back. We ready to do it.
Yeah, we took a week off. The reason for it is I wanted to make sure I gave you the best show possible. If you can't tell from the introduction, this is going to be a dedication to the greatest, Muhammad Ali. And last week, I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't think the show was ready. I didn't think it was quality. And I wanted to make this the best show positive for this guy because he's worth pretty much all praise.
Exactly.
For example, man, Muhammad. The meaning of his name. Muhammad means worthy of all praises. Ali means most high. And if that doesn't fit the man's criteria, I don't know what else. This week, I mean, to me, his name couldn't be more fitting as we mourn the death of the greatest. He's definitely the most high worthy of all praises. It's Ali. I mean, and before we talk about the end of Ali, which is, to me, what every show is talking about, the death and the mourning of and the legacy he left, I want to go back to the beginning of how everything started, and so you guys can get a feel of how this guy, became the greatest, and then we'll get into the impact of what he left on the world. For example, just to start everything off, January 17th, 1942, Louisville, Kentucky gave birth to an icon, Cassius Marcellus Clay, also known as Muhammad Ali. Now, pretty much how everything got started, which is a funny little story that his brother told that I watched on this documentary. Mm-hmm. It was a Monday night back in 1953 when pretty much he discovered his talents in boxing. It was a odd twist of fate, as they called it. Him and his brother rode their bikes down to this event, which they got for Christmas. And, like you were saying earlier, bikes was a big thing back then.
Yeah, it's like a car. It was like a car back then.
It was just like a car, And when they came out of the event, unfortunately, the bikes were stolen. So Ali was ticked, man. Only thing he wanted to do was beat somebody up.
Of course.
So, and granted, think about the time era that they're in. This is back in 53. Cops wouldn't, I would say our best friends back then.
No, definitely not.
So he was looking for a cop so he could fill out a report for a stolen bike. Run around outside looking for the guys who stole it. He ran into a few people who told him that a cop can be in his building. So him and his brother went to this building, went down a flight of stairs, where they ran into a police officer, but also down those flight of stairs were a boxing gym where the cop used to train kids on how to box. He had his own boxing gym. The officer's name was Joe Martin. Ali told the officer that he wanted to beat up the thieves, and Martin asked him, "Have you ever been taught how to fight?" And when Ali said no, the cop then told him, "Well, you should come down here and learn how to fight first before going around picking up fights."
Definitely.
You don't want to get dusted off by these boys out here.
You don't want to, get into it with the street criminal there.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want to be running around fighting all the street thugs and all that. So that's where the beginning of Ali fought. He learned from the cop down there in the gym. Mr. Martin said that Ali was pretty much a prestige student. He wanted to know everything: how boxers ate, how they trained, who's the best sparring partner. They was like, whatever a boxer needs to know, he wanted to know.
He soaked it all in?
Yeah, soaked it all in. Just to fast forward, back in 1954 is when he had his first amateur fight, which he won by a split decision. 2 years later, in 56, he won his first Golden Gloves, which is one of, a big award for young amateurs.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in 1960, he won a spot on the U.S. Olympic boxing team, where he then went on to win the light heavyweight gold medal and returned back to America as an American hero.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the beginning. That's where all the momentum started to roll and people started backing him and knowing his name. Like, okay, who is this Ali kid?
Okay.
Now, in 63, after he hooked up with a boxing agency from Louisville that continued to train him, he became the British championship. He became the champion of Britain. A funny, story with that. And I think that's when swag was invented.
Of course. It had to be.
Now, you guys just think about this. Now, in 1963, it wasn't like what it was now.
No.
This is not Mayweather, Pacquiao.
No, definitely not.
Now, Ali went into this man's country,
Yeah.
told all the reporters before the fight he was going to knock him out in 5 rounds.
Wow.
Now, imagine what type of gumptions that take for an African-American male to talk trash about how he's about to knock out this white man in 5 rounds.
Take out the British
in his
champion.
country.
In his country to take out the British champion.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty positive he was probably the first black British champion
I'm
of all
pretty sure. I
time.
didn't look that up, but I'm pretty positive.
Pretty positive that
Now,
was it.
To go further with the story, not only did he predict that he was going to knock him out in 5, which he did, Ali wore a king's crown to the ring, and it was huge. It was like Jerry Lawyer type king's crown.
Yeah.
And they were saying, I was reading in reports that when he was on his way to the ring, people was just throwing stuff at him, trying to knock it off his head. So he's pretty ticked off by that. Knocked the guy out in 5 rounds and became the British champion. After the fight, when I guess the post-game interview or post-fight interview, they asked Ali, like, well, why did you wear this crown on your head down to the ring? Ali, once again, now I want to repeat because you guys got to get a visual. This is the 60s. He's a black male in Great Britain
It's not many
with
of them.
swag.
It's not many of them there.
He told them straight up, quote unquote, well, you have a queen of England, but no king. So I am your king.
Wow.
Do you know what size balls you gotta have to make that statement?
That'll get you lynched in
Anywhere in
Louisville.
America.
Yeah.
Anywhere in America.
Yeah, that'll get you lynched
you
in the
home pretty
60s
quick.
if you would have said that. Yeah.
The gumption that Ali showed, and like I said before, I truly believe this guy invented swag.
Of course.
His wordplay was unbelievable.
He was the first rapper of all time.
To me, he's Jay.
Exactly.
He's Jay on the mic. But not only that, he's The Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Stone Cold Steve Austin. His microphone play was amazing. He used to out psyche. It was one announcer saying that Ali used to beat you before you even got in the ring.
Yeah.
Because he psyched you out and talked so much trash you were pretty much done before you even fought him.
Exactly. Either be too mad to get into the ring, or like you said, you're thinking about what he's saying. So he definitely took you off your game.
Now, for example, I'm going to play a soundbite here of what we were talking about, of how Ali used to psych out his opponents and talk trash. Just think about it. This is way before Mayweather. This is before Holyfield. Holyfield didn't talk trash.
No.
This is before Tyson. This guy would just make up a rhyme about you just to tick you off and get you off your game. And it worked.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and play this soundbite so you can see exactly what we're talking about here.
And no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He was a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been knocked down a couple of times. I'm bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Bad.
He knew that.
Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
And he showed him.
I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Oh. Wow. Bars all day.
What are your opinion on Ali and the swag that he showed?
Like you said, he invented it. He puts the E in WWE right now with the entertainment portion of it. 'Cause like you mentioned, half of those guys probably wouldn't be what they were if it wasn't for him and having that swagger on the microphone. He did some work for WWE back in the day too. I didn't know about that there, but like you said, he definitely invented it, and he's definitely a pioneer for probably a good majority of these athletes that are out here today.
Absolutely, he paved the way, especially on the microphone. Nobody talked trash like that.
No, not at all. It was a sportsman competition. You shake your hand and you go at it. He was like, no, I'm going to dish you all the way up until the fight.
Straight.
And then I'm going to tell you when I'm going to beat you.
I can't remember which boxer it was. I don't think if it was the Joe Louis.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one particular boxer. To this day, well, I'm sure he's gotten over it now.
So Frazier?
Frazier, Joe Frazier, that's it.
Yeah.
How
he's still
upset
pissed.
he was
Yeah, he's still pissed.
of the stuff Ali used to say about him.
Yeah.
He, to this day, he has not got over it.
He had, like you said, to this day, he hadn't got over what Ali said about him. He was like, Ali was turning the black people against him and everything. He called him a gorilla and a monkey and all kind of. He was just so mad about that.
Yeah, Don King was on Mike and Mike, and they was like,
Don
he
King's
said,
still alive?
yeah,
Wow.
somehow.
Okay.
He got a couple boxes in the underground, but they were saying that Ali invented the first bobblehead.
Oh,
They
wow.
said during that fight, I think it was the Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
He had this little gorilla
Mhm.
that bobbled his head all the time.
Okay.
He said he used to sit there and just doing press conferences. He'd just sit there and punch the gorilla, and the little head would just be bobbling back and
Yeah.
forth. And he'd just be telling that's what he's gonna be doing to Joe Frazier. He's gonna just be beating
So
up
they
this
called
little
him the
gorilla.
Yeah, so they
Joe
called him the gorilla.
never ever got
No,
that. Really,
he got in his head.
really hurt his
Yeah,
feelings.
Yeah.
But as we fast forward with with the life of the greatest, 64 is pretty much the year where everything began to change for the great.
Yeah.
64, he became the heavyweight champion of the world by beating Sonny Liston, which was another fight. He was the underdog.
Yeah.
Nobody predicted Ali to win that fight, and he pretty much dusted off Sonny Liston and became heavyweight champion of the world. But it wasn't until later in the year where the controversy is starting to kick in with Muhammad Ali.